Hello and welcome back to House of Astralis. My name is Kayla and today I will be your cosmic guide as we read into your full moon in Cancer. Today will be another pick a card just out of two piles for balance, especially as this is the theme with this full moon, which I will get into. But before that, just please remember that this is a collective reading. Take what resonates and leave the rest behind. And please don't forget to interact with this video. It really does help, so thank you in advance. Happy 2026, happy January. This full moon in Cancer opens up this year by pulling us into emotional truth. Cancer is ruled by the moon itself, so when the moon reaches fullness here, feelings aren't subtle, they're tidal. This lunation highlights themes of home, belonging, emotional safety, and the parts of us that crave care and reassurance. What makes this full moon especially potent is its opposition to Capricorn energy. Capricorn is focused on ambition, responsibility, long-term goals, which is like the climb, the structure, the work. But Cancer, on the other hand, asks us at what cost? Are you building a life that actually feels supportive, or are you surviving on discipline alone? This full moon brings awareness to imbalances. Maybe you've been prioritizing achievement while neglecting your emotional needs, or maybe you've been pouring into others so much that your own ambitions have quietly stalled. This energy isn't about choosing one over the other, it's about integration. Sustainable success requires both care and commitment. There's also a deeper and more liminal layer here. Neptune sits at the final degree of Pisces, which is dissolving illusions and softening emotional boundaries. This can heighten sensitivity, intuition, and emotional release. Old ideas, outdated attachments, or false comforts may surface, and they're not to punish you. They're meant to be washed away, released with this cycle. This is a moment of catharsis and truth. Elementally, this full moon is a dance between water and earth. Emotion meets structure. Feeling meets form. Cancer teaches us to honor what nourishes us, while Capricorn reminds us that care still needs containers. The invitation here is to build structures that protect the heart, not suppress it. This full moon encourages you to steer with intention, balancing the tenderness with strength as we step into the year ahead and laying the foundation for really the rest of 2026. And it's not to say this is your one chance and it's one and done, but I don't know, it may help to get started on the right foot as early as possible. So you can also look at where Cancer is in your natal chart, your birth chart, and maybe that house will be heightened for you as well. Cancer is in my 12th house, so themes around that would be especially good for me to go ahead and take a look at. And this is already going to be a theme this year because I'm in my 12th house perfection year, and then because Cancer rules my 12th house, it's also the moon. So I'm very connected to this cycle at the moment. But for you, take a look and maybe just take notes and see what happens for you during this time. I have two decks here. I also have some inspirational quotes from T. So on the left side, we have the Wiser Tarot deck, and we have May Your Head and Heart Speak with One Voice. And on the right, we have Be Guided, Listen to the Whispers of the Universe. So I felt drawn to these Crystal Wisdom Oracle cards because of the Cancer and Capricorn energy. So Cancer with the intuition, the metaphysical, the crystals, but also Capricorn is the earth. And crystals come from earth, or it's at least like a stone earth element. So I was drawn to these, and I'll go ahead and pull a couple significator cards, and maybe this will help you choose which pile. But just listen and watch however you watch pick a card videos. If you're drawn to both, watch both. If one, that's fine too. So for pile 1, we have Labradorite. Embrace magic and mystery. Open your mind to new possibilities. In pile 2, we have Onyx. Find protection and strength. Let courage guide your path. So go ahead and pause here if you need a moment to pick which pile you'd like, and I'll see you on the other side, and I'll see you in my next reading. Hello, pile 1. You chose this Labradorite Crystal Wisdom. Embrace magic and mystery. Open your mind to new possibilities, as well as May Your Head and Heart Speak with One Voice. So Let's go ahead and get started. First question, what does this full moon in Cancer want you to understand about balance? We've got the Magician. I'm getting a strong sense of having to balance those manifesting qualities in your life with spiritual hygiene. So you can manifest or you can talk about what you want all the time, but if your spiritual hygiene also isn't balanced, then that may cause some delay or friction with what you're trying to manifest, and vice versa. If your spiritual hygiene is nice and clean and protected, but you're not manifesting either properly or not really putting a lot of heart into it and maybe expecting too much practicality and not being open to the magic of manifestation and the spiritual magic, then maybe there can be some delay there. So I would definitely just work on doing both. You can be practical and spiritual. You can be practical and open to all the magic there is in the world without focusing too heavy on one or the other, because you have each element here. It's not only the pentacles, it's not only the practical, it's not only the emotional and spiritual realm, it's not only thoughts, and it's not only fire and passion. So you need them all to work together, and that's what creates a balance. And of course, I say that, and not everything is 50-50. Maybe there are more cups involved than the swords, just a little bit more, maybe like a 50-80, but they're all still being used in whatever balance is needed at that moment. So maybe just focusing on also what you have at your table and what you can use and what you need to kind of get rid of, really not focus on anymore. Where do you need to focus your ambition and building your energy? We've got the King of Swords. I'm really drawn to his face because he looks so done. He is not having any of it. And maybe because this is the king and maybe it's like more external, there are some external forces that you have to really focus on getting clear with so that you can move forward. So if there are boundaries or limitations, people even that are not helping you in this path, maybe it's a call to really get serious so that you can say something, speak up, use your voice, communicate effectively so that you don't let the external keep hindering you. And of course, there's only so much we can control on the outside, but if you speak up and say what is on your mind or say what boundaries you have, you're putting that out there as well. So at least you're trying something and you're doing something about it. But this could also just be a call to, for someone to focus their energy and their ambition on building up their skills or starting and initiating something that has to do with the sword. So this is communication, the mental realm, writing a book, writing an essay, do your homework, learn something, just communication in general. So you're being invited to focus on that. The King of Swords is kind of the culmination and the quote unquote master of the suit. So of course he's going to do everything he can to learn about it and master his skill and be on top of that. So maybe you have to also be on top of whatever this writing or swords aspect is. Lastly, what emotional needs or sources of comfort require your attention? We've got the Hierophant, and I'm immediately being drawn to a couple of things here. Spirituality and religion are very important to us as human beings, and this can be however you view it. So maybe if it is your emotional comfort and you need to just look at it for some reason, and it'll pertain to you, so of course you'll be the only one to know, but it's either asking yourself, is this still bringing me comfort? Is this still helping me in my life? Or do I need to look at it a different way? Am I being drawn to another religion or another spiritual practice? Something around that. But also, I'm seeing the teacher aspect in this as well. This could be that you are a teacher and you are teaching others, which is great, but there's something there that you need to look at. It can be because of the imbalance. As teachers, they give a lot. Teachers give a whole lot and don't really get much in return energetically, monetarily, anything, right? They just have a lot of knowledge to give people, which is great. But that can lead to them just being giving, 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 and not getting anything in return. So having to look at your situation here and what you are, whether you're the teacher or the student, and kind of looking at it and how to balance that a little more. Make it more fair to you, because it gets drawn back to the King of Swords. If you don't have any boundaries and you're letting all these external circumstances victimize you and not doing anything about it, then you're you're kind of just, I don't want to say SOL, but you gotta advocate for yourself. And I also see like being too focused on the mental rational realm and not giving as much effort into your spiritual practices as you can, or just attention and just really putting time into it as well. And it leads me to the crystal card here. Embrace magic and mystery, open your mind to new possibilities. There are so many possibilities out there. You can't manifest them if you don't even believe that they're true in the first place. The Hierophant is also the keeper of, let's say, spiritual mysteries or knowledge. That's why he has two students with him, so that they can learn. If you've ever read The Alchemist, this is kind of what it reminds me of there. The Hierophant won't give you, teachers won't give you the answer. They'll give you the tools and the resources and knowledge for you to come to that answer and the conclusion on your own. But open your mind to new possibilities. All right, pile one, this was your reading. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you letting me read for you. And let me know in the comments down below which pile you chose, if it resonated with you, or maybe it's something coming up. You can drop a snake emoji so I know which pile you came from. And I'll either see you in the next pile or I'll see you in your next reading. Hello, pile 2. This is your reading and you chose Onyx. Find protection and strength, let courage guide your path, as well as be guided, listen to the whispers of the universe. First question, what does this Cancer full moon want you to understand about balance? We've got the Five of Cups, and this is speaking to me about not grieving so heavily and for so long on something that clearly just needs to be made at peace with, so that you can turn around and face the new things that you have. And 5 is not an even number, so it's not balance in that say, but just like I took the last pile, balance isn't always 50-50. The balance is just that you're acknowledging and working with both energies so that you're not leaning so heavily on the other. So not leaning so heavily here on the lost cups, the lost emotional renaissance, and the lost things that are no longer part of your story, so that you can embrace this new stuff and bring balance into the future, into the present moment, and not being so worried about the past. Again, grieve, because that's what you need to do. You can't bypass it, but not to be so stuck there and just so focused on that you can't even realize what's behind you. Where do you need to focus your ambition and building energy? Oh, you've got a King of Pentacles, which in the pile 2, we had the King in the exact same layout. I'm getting strong Capricorn energy only because of the Earth. I think this is the Taurus card, but either way, it's building the stable foundation. Building it so that you can be safe and secure. The King of Pentacles gets there by being great with his money and his material resources, budgeting, and making sure to not put things to waste. I'm saying like if you have a budget and you're trying to build a building, you're not going to just go get the most expensive material out there. You want stable and strong stuff, but you're not going to go frivolous and just get the most expensive just to get it. And maybe even reuse some of the material that you have so it doesn't go to waste. I don't know why that example came to me, but it's really building up that strong foundation and your career, your material realm. So this could be an invitation for you to get real serious about where you're going in your career and your money, obviously. What emotional needs or sources of comfort require your attention? We've got the 9 of Cups. So this is the things that make you happy. Like, obviously, it's a comfort because you've got them all here on display, and this is your achievements. So, what things bring you emotional achievement, and what things do you want to show off to other people? I'm getting like, are they authentic to you? Are they just a for show? Are they something that actually resonate with you and tell people your personality, if that makes sense? Like, show people who you really are. Like, what emotional achievements do you want on display? And maybe it's even having to take credit for yourself. Like, you did it, so put it on there. Make sure to give yourself enough credit and put yourself on display as well. Like, don't be afraid to show off. And of course, there's balance that can be in there as well. But if you're hiding and not showing others the authentic you, ask yourself why. Why do you feel the need to hide others from you, or yourself from others? And can you maybe even just surround yourself with people you don't mind sharing your achievements with and putting yourself on display? Yeah, so I think just really getting cognizant about who you surround yourself with and whether you're able to be authentic or not. I don't know why authentic is coming in so strongly, but find protection and strength. I like that, because if you're not surrounded by people you can be truthful with, then maybe you need to protect yourself from them in some way and find others who you can embody that emotional fulfillment with. So King of Pentacles is technically card 14. The 5 and the 9 equal 14 as well. So 14, 14, which would be 5 changes, 55 changes. I don't know, I just wanted to say that out loud, I guess. But alright, pile 2. This is a short and simple, very sweet reading. And thank you for being here. Thank you for letting me read for you. And I can't wait to read for you again next time. Comment some cups down below. It was pretty cup heavy. Or some water. Comment something like that down below. Let me know which pile you were in and if this resonated for you. And I'll see you in my next reading.